Greetings and salutations. Today we are going to do a drawing in Chapter 5. Chapter 5 covers assemblies, and so that's what we're going to do. And so the first thing, we're going to go to page 302 of your textbook, and it's Project 5-12. Now we're going to go up and we're going to create a new part, and we got to note that this one is metric, so we will choose metric and then standard inch IPT. Now there are several components to this drawing because the whole thing about this one is to create an assembly. Okay, now let's take a look. It looks like that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different components, and the first one is going to be CAD 201-15, and so we will go with that one. And actually, we're going to make that our assembly. Okay, so that's the last drawing that we're going to do. So the first one is we're going to do -16. All right, so we're going to go and we're going to start the sketch. I think we can do these relatively quickly, and so we'll select the XY plane. Also hit home, and to let it show us, what's going to happen. All right, so we're going to do the hardest part first, I do believe, and so I think I'll go with a rectangle, something like this, and then maybe go with a rectangle, something like this. All right. Now, I also want to do project geometry on this one, and make sure when we come over here to the origin, pick that center. We want that. Okay. Now, we want to dimension, and we'll go from that center point to the end right there, and we want that to go up 80 millimeters. Okay. And we want to come out 80 also. All right. Now, we will get the width of those looks like 12, 6 on each side. So let's just sort of zoom in here. And so we'll go from the center over to this side, and that was 6. And if you looked at the illustration, that's what it did. And then this is 12. So that's 6 on each side. That's what we want. So we'll come over here and dimension to here. That was 6. And then from here over to here, that's 12. Hopefully this will work out. It did. Okay. And so we did good there. Now another thing that I need to do, I'm going to dimension from here to here. It's important that that zeroes out. Okay. So now we'll zoom back out, and looks like we're doing pretty good. So now we'll come back to circle. It's actually right here on that midpoint, and you can always right click and pick mid. Let's dimension that circle on that end, and if we look at it, it has a radius of 15, which means it's a diameter of 30 millimeters. So we've got that one. And so when we do the same here, we'll do a circle, and we're going to start at that point, come out, and then we'll dimension it 30 millimeters. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. Now we're going to have a line from that center point there to that center point. That green should line up. And then we can come up here and pick offset, and it's also, we're going to offset it 12. These are all equal. So I'm going to come over here and offset that 6. And I'm going to come over here and offset that 6. Okay, so we are doing pretty good. Now, remember, in Boolean construction, add before you subtract. I think we've added everything. So now we will go to trim. Watch carefully. I'll click here and here. Also get here, here, here. I'll get this as well. All right, and then we'll get this one and this one. Okay, so that's cleared up. This one also we've cleared. Okay, so right now we're doing pretty good, so we'll hit escape twice. Now we'll get rid of that middle line. Well, let's keep that middle line. We'll need it for a minute here. Okay, now I'm going to put a circle in here. Now notice it's not exactly where that one's at, so I'm going to put it right here and go like that. And then I'm going to dimension it, and the diameter of this circle, let's look at them. It looks like there are 5. The diameter of 5, and there's 7 holes. So we'll hit 5. That'll be good. And notice it's 4 up from the center each way. So we will dimension that. So going from here to here, it's going to be 4. And then from here to here, that's going to be 4. Okay, so we've got that. Don't worry that it's too close, because we've still not put a fillet in there yet. Okay, now we will, in this case, we'll just put circle there, a circle there. Also, there'll be one right here in the middle. Circle here. Now, in here, whoops, that one was too big. All right. Now, so our first dimension would be from, say, the center here to here, and our book tells us that is 20. And then from here to here, our book tells us that's 20 also. We notice from the note that these are 5. These are 5 also. Okay, so we've got the diameters. They're looking pretty good. Now, also from the center here to here, the book tells us 20. No, it doesn't. Sorry about that. So, so let me undo. It doesn't. I have to watch what I'm doing. Okay, so let me dimension here. Now that circle is 10. And looking at our book carefully, from the center point of that one to this one here is 30. And then from the center of that one to the center of that one is 25. And then this dimension we'll just delete. Okay. Looks like we're doing well. Now, also, this one down here is 10 also. Now, it tells us from here to the center of that, I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to aligned, and we'll click here, and it's telling us that dimension is 40. Ain't that something? And also from the center of here to the center of here, I'm going to right click and pick aligned, and we'll say that that one is 40 also. So let's check. We got 20 and 20. And it looks like we've got them right. Let's try this. This one should be 30, but this is 36. Okay. My bad. That said 26. Just double click on it, change it to 26, and then if we come over here to dimension, from here to here, we've got the 30. Perfect. Okay, so far we've got these lined up, centered on everything. They look good. Now we're going to do a fillet, and so we'll come up here, and I am looking for fillet. Here it is. In the first one, lower left corner, it's 10. So I'm going to pick this line, and notice it fillets it. Okay. Now, I'm looking, it says all fillets and rounds are 3. Now, that's a general note, and it refers to everything that doesn't have an arrow to it. So let's do that. So we'll go 3, and then we'll go equals, and then we'll go from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. Okay, so those are all have gotten. Now, also from here to here, and from here to here. But we'll have to undo. Okay, so now you can't do anything if there's an empty spot or a cross, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to trim, and then we'll come back to fillet with 3. We'll go here to here. Okay, that will work, and also here to here, and that will work. Now we're looking at the one down here, and it's a radius of 15. Okay, now it doesn't tell us where that's from, so let's try this. We'll go with a circle, and we'll start right here. We're going to go out. We're going to say 30. Okay, that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay, now we're going to trim. Still trying to do AutoCAD trimming, sorry. I'll click that, we'll go out there, and there, and there, and we'll also get this and this, okay? And we'll come in and fill it, it's 3, so we'll go from here to here, and from here to here. Okay, only thing I need to do now is to get rid of some lines. See if I can get rid of this line. Maybe this line. Okay. And whoops, don't want to do that. Okay, so we'll come back, delete that again. Question is, what have I done? I've done something. Sometimes you got to get rid of the dimension. Okay, now we'll trim again, make sure everything's trimmed up. I'll have to cancel, hit escape twice. I'll click that, try to delete it. Now I've got to delete that dimension. Okay, all right, I think I'm good to go. I'm about to finish that sketch, and I'm going to extrude it, hopefully. All right, looks good, looks good. And the thickness of my extrusion looks like 5 millimeters thick, so I'm going to go 5 and M. Okay. And so I'll come up here to the house, I'll click on that. I'm now going to go to File and Save As, and this one I'm going to go back in. Let's go to E in my case here, and we'll scroll down. Now maybe I did go on C. Here, well, I'm just going to put them in here for right now, and I'm going to list this one as CAD 201-16. Okay, and we'll just leave it like that. Okay, it looks pretty good. And for these, you might even want to come up here and give it a material. I like, I'll go with maybe polished chrome on this piece here, and then hit Save button. It looks really good. Now I'm going to go up here to New, and we'll create a new one. Okay, we'll start a 2D sketch. We'll pick there. And so for number 17, we will do the small part above it. And so therefore, I think here's what I'll do. I'm going to start where that dot is, and I'm just going to draw it to where it looks like it's about 30, well, so on. I'm going to, now this is the one above it, it's 30 to the center, and the height of it, well, have a radius of 10, which means it's going to be 20. And then let's click on the front view. Let's put a circle in here. Notice there's a little line as you get close to the middle. It sort of takes you right into it. You pick up on that and then log it right in there, and from there to there. If you let it put it in the center. Okay. Now next I'll trim. I'll click this one and this one. Okay, that'll be fine. And this one, and this one. All right, it's not wanting to go, but that's okay. Now, I will extrude that one. And I think all these are going to be 5. And this will be 5. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a 2D sketch. I'm going to come in here and now we know that these are a diameter of 10. We know that. And we know that from the top, they're 10 down. We also know from center to center, they're 30 from each other. And I also know, I'm going to do project geometry. I'm going to select the side of that. It ain't going to work. That's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to register or dimension it from here to the middle. Is that 10? Yep. So now I'm going to finish that sketch. I'm going to extrude. I'll pick that circle and that circle, but this time pick cut and hit OK, right? Zoom everything. Whoops. And then let's go put another material. Well, I think this time I'm going to do the black polished. That looks pretty good. And then we'll go to File. We'll go to Save As. Click on that. And I'm just going to change 6 to 7, so 17. All right. So we've got 17 done. Now, let's do another one. And we'll create, everything's the same. And it's going to be 18. Okay. And now this time we're going to do the part that is below. There's one to the right that's 100 millimeters, the one below that's 90 millimeters. So let's do that one. Let's sort of zoom out. And then I'll do a rectangle. Okay, now this one, I believe is 90 millimeters. Okay, so we'll zoom in. And the thickness of it is just like the other one. It's going to be 20. Okay, now we can put a circle on it. It'll line up that green dot, take it to the corner. Yep. Line up with the green dot there, take it to the corner. Looking good. We'll finish that sketch. You can tell it's really hard. Make sure it's just 5 millimeters. Okay. Now, let's sketch right there. Okay. Now, the easy part is the circle. Well, I missed that one. And also, we got like a rectangle here, and then a circle here and here. Okay, so now all we have to do is let's just do some dimensioning. This is 10, right? And this one's 10. Okay, now from here to here, oh, that'll be 10. And then from here to here, that'll be 10. Okay, now from here to here, it looks like that one's fixed. So now I'll come in here to here, and that was going to be 90. Okay, so let's pull that one back in. That's pretty good. Now, the center from here to the first one appears to be 20. And that one's 20. Now, also from here to here, that one's 10. And from here to here, that one's 10 also. anytime you see it in the brackets, that's just a reference dimension, and that's what we want. Now that slot has a radius of 5, so here's what we'll do. From here to here, we'll make it 10. Yeah, that's right. Okay, then we'll finish sketch, and then we will extrude. We'll pick that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and then we'll cut it. Okay, get all right, it's looking good. Come back up here. Let's make sure we get us a good material, and this time I'm gonna go chrome polish blue, and then we'll save as. And so far it's looking pretty good. This 18. Okay, so we've now got 1, 2, 3 of them done, and I'm going to we could edit this sketch, but no, at this point let's just do a new one. I'll show you how to edit later. And again, 2D sketch, we'll go right back here, and okay, now this next one is the one up to the right. Believe it or not, we are just about done, and this is a 100 millimeters, so I'm gonna start right here, go here, and like that. Now that rectangular part, it's 100, and the width of it is 20. Okay, now circle close to the middle, and then right there. We'll fix that here in a minute. Fix that one too, hopefully. Now, some will dimension. If I go from here to here, well, that ain't gonna work. Let's go from here to the center. Well, obviously that has to be 10. There you go. And notice how it automatically, software is adjusting. Here's another 10. Okay, so we've got that part done, doing pretty good. Let's finish that sketch. We'll get it all. Whoops. And make it 5. And then we'll hit OK. Now, we're going to sketch on that part. Alrighty. Now, we're going to do another circle starting in the middle. It's 10. That one's 10. Also, we got a slot in the middle. We'll do a rectangle, starting somewhere up there, ending somewhere here, and then we'll do another circle. Let's see, we sketch it, and then our dimensions are going to take care of everything, right? So from here, there, to the center, it's got to be 10. Same thing on this side. Okay. Interesting. Now, looking at this, it looks like from one end, it's going to be 15. So if I go from the center here to the center of that, I've got to pick dimension first. That's going to be 15. Now, center to center, so from here to here, it's going to be 70. And then from center here to here, That's going to be 15. Okay, so should be correct. We're now going to finish this sketch. We're going to extrude. Make sure you select the geometry that you just drew. Aren't we having fun? And then we'll subtract that. Yep, it looks good. And hit OK. All right. Now, before we do anything, let's add a material. And there's all kinds of materials that you can go with. And so there's several of the chromes. I think I'll go back to a blue one on this here. And then I'm going to go to File and Save As. And I'll click here just once. And I'll come over here and get the 19. And then I'll hit Save. Okay, we're about done. And then I'll show you in the next one how to do an assembly. Okay, now we're going to do another 2D sketch. Well, File and New, yeah. Again, Metric and Create. Next will be these pins. Be right there and there. Okay, now you have two pins to the right, both of them diameter is 10. One is 10 millimeters long, the other one is 15. These will be two separate drawings. We'll come over here with a circle. We'll draw that out. We'll dimension that. Yep, that is 10. We'll finish that one. We're going to extrude it. Since there's nothing else there, it automatically knows. We'll do the first one at 10. We'll hit OK. Now let's come up here and get us a material. And let's see what we might want. I don't know. I'm looking at gold. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll save as. Now see how fast we're doing drawings now? The more you do, the faster you'll get. Okay, now we're going to do a new drawing. And we'll come up here and do a 2D sketch right here. Click this little house and roll it around. I'm going to pick right there where it turns green. Now I'm going to dimension it, you guessed it, to 10 millimeters. We're going to finish this sketch and we're going to extrude it, but this time we're going to make it 15 millimeters. We'll add a material, and I think we'll go with gold again. Okay, and then we'll go to Save As, and this is going to be drawing number 21. Okay. The next video, I will show you how to take these parts and assemble them, and then I will give you a few. All right, thank you.